The chapter name is Energy Resources. Energy is the capacity to do work and it is required for all life process. If you don't have the energy, you cannot walk, you cannot run or you cannot talk. Then energy resources, it is something that produce heat, power life, move objects or produce electricity. And the matter that stores energy is called fuel. Now, in the modern world, the humans had the modest energy requirements, mostly food and fuel for fires to keep cool and keep warm. Uh, the consumption is 100 times as much as energy per person. Most of the energy we use today come from the fossil fuels. Okay, but the disadvantage of them are they in the time they will be run out and they are potentially harmful. So we talk about the non-renewable energy resources. These energy resources are available to us and they are much cheaper and they cannot run out. Fossil fuels will eventually run out. Scientists are developing other ways of energy resources. These are natural resources and are called renewable energy resources. They are sun, wind, tides, is wind power and water. All these are the energy which we can which are much cheaper than the fossil fuels. First we will discuss the solar energy. Okay, now look at your world. So many plants are there. How they plant grow? They absorb the energy from the sun and in the process of photosynthesis and they prepare their food by absorbing the energy from the sun. So they utilize total energy which is coming from the sun. We cannot do that because we don't have the leaf like structure which where the all the sun rays are absorbed. But we are humans, so the scientists what they did, they studied the structure of the leaf and they made the structure like same as the leaf of a plant and we call it as an electric leaf, like that is solar cells. What does these cells do? They absorb the whole sun rays and convert them into the electrical energy. Solar cells or photovoltaic cells. These cells, as I said, they convert the light from the sun directly into the electrical energy. You can see that one solar cell, it can convert the electrical energy which you can be used for the calculators for charging your mobiles. But for the toaster which require 1000 kilowatt of energy, you cannot use one solar cell. So at least 35 cells they are united and so they make like a structure called solar panels. Now solar panels is look at the picture. The solar panels, they convert this they absorb the sun rays and then there is a controller and there is a system in which this power is converted into the electrical energy which we can use in our houses. Yes, the solar furnace. The solar furnace is consist of thousands of mirror or the shiny curved metal. What they do, there are they focus all the solar energy into a small area where the temperature rises up till 3500 or more than that, enough to operate in the for the generation of the electricity or in the solar power stations. electric power stations have proved to be very successful. You can see that the in the picture that you need the dams, and from the dam the water is flowing, then there is a turbine, then generator, and then the electric power stations. Now it is why it is expensive, that expensive to build the dams. It is over necessary to change the surrounding countryside by building dams and diverting the rivers. Sometimes this may flood farmland and people may have to be moved from their homes. Otherwise, the water is the hydropower plant is much cheaper. Hydroelectric power. What does it uses? It uses fast flowing water. These fast flowing water, they can be used to drive the turbines in the hydroelectric power stations. This when the water is released from the high reservoirs, it flows down through the pipe. The water loses height and flows faster. When the water it loses its gravitational potential energy and gains the kinetic energy. As the water passes through the turbine rotates, driving the generators which produce the electricity. Okay, we have discussed the solar energy, and we have also discussed the water, that is hydroelectric power stations. Now we are going to discuss the power of the wind. Imagine like that you have a concept in your home, the fan, which is present, either pedestal fan, and you can easily see the blades are there and they are moving. Same is happening in the wind, that the air in the wind is it pushes the blades of the wind turbine, that is the blades. When the blades move and it spins, there is a turbine inside, it also start spinning. When the turbines are when the turbines spin, then it makes the generator working, and then the generator produce the electricity. So it is not easy one, because wind is not always there. So mostly the wind turbines, or for the wind which is used for generating electricity, are installed in those areas, mostly the coastal areas. And the other thing is that when the wind is not present, there is a battery also which stores the electricity there. I hope you all are enjoying renewable energy, and you think, okay, wind energy, solar energy, and the energy from the water, and that's all. No, there is one also energy which is from inside the earth, that is called geothermal energy, and that is also used for the production of the electricity. Most of it is like countries like New Zealand or Iceland. In these parts of the world, mostly they carry the geothermal energy, because there are hot water or steam carrying the geothermal energy comes up to the surface. Okay, and then they are used for the power stations. While in other countries, so we have simply to pump the cold water down through very deep holes, or to tap the geothermal energy. The steam that comes back to the surface is used to turn the turbines which drive the generators to produce the electricity. Okay, you can also say that inside there is a volcano's eruption, or by hot springs or the geysers. All these are used for the production of the electricity. Okay, the last one, that is energy from the waves, or we can say waves power. Waves could also be used to generate electricity. Wow, that's great. One idea is to use huge floating generators which would move up and down with the waves, and these movements will drive the generators and produce electricity. And what they are called? They are called salter ducts, floating salter ducts, and they are floating devices connected in chain of about 25. When the salter ducts bob up and down on the water, their movement drive generators to produce electricity.